Fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Five pills lined up on the sink, one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay. But I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go. Stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. This is my why. North Dakota Carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you.
I guess it always helps when I add myself to the stage, doesn't it? Oh, right before I went live, I had issues with my computer. My microphone and my camera both went out at the same time. I had to restart everything. And I actually clicked the live button with 3 seconds left before I was supposed to be live. So, ta-da! And I just forgot to put myself back on the stage. It's Sunday morning. It's a beautiful day out there. I actually just got done watching Werewolf's latest video, and it made me think. Actually, I didn't just finish it. I watched it earlier, but I just commented on it, and she had a great point in her video, and it didn't dawn on me until I was watching it that I gave up coffee 70 days ago. Right about the same time I started doing the 72-hour fast. I did 9 weekly 72-hour fast. I gave up coffee about the same time because I was having the aches and the pains. And I know it was the coffee that I was drinking, the brand that we had switched to a different brand at work. And we'd had it for a month, maybe a month and a half. And I was drinking about a pot and a half of it a day. Just me. I love coffee. But the caffeine in the coffee has properties that help to eliminate hunger. It's just something that caffeine does. I don't care about the energy that caffeine brings because I have plenty of energy just eating a carnivore diet. It's insane how much energy I have. But it's that hunger, not having that leptin signal, having too much of that ghrelin signal. And I strongly believe that the coffee was actually helping me keep the ghrelin in check. In the last couple weeks, even with the fasting, my hunger seems to be more than what it normally was. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to give it a shot and see what it does. But I'm going to limit myself to just 2 cups of coffee instead of 6 to 8 and see if that works. Because the hunger that I am having is unusual. It's not normal for me. And watching her talk about the her coffee and then the gum that she had tried, that's what clicked in my head that could be one of the reasons why I'm having issues with my hunger is I've given up the coffee again also. And the coffee was actually doing something besides, you know, wiring me up and causing me pain. It was doing some help in there to begin with. I'm going to give it a shot, see what it does. Thanks, Werewolf. I appreciate that. Yesterday morning, before I did my original live stream, first thing in the morning, when I first got up, I made butter bites. Friday night, my wife and I went to the store, and we have one store in town that has the Amish butter. And I bought a 2 pound block of the Amish butter, and I made brown butter bites for my wife and I. Now I do like them too, but I think they're just cute. There's no chocolate in this here. This is just brown butter bits in here, and this is just a couple of what they look like. I like the watermelon ones there. Actually, it kind of looks like a pizza, doesn't it, with little pepperonis on it up there? But they work for their intended purpose. They help to give added fat to the body if you need it. If you don't need it, then it's not something good to have. But as of right now, it's not bothering me at all. It actually seems to be helping me. I think when I got the my chuck roll, when I ground that up, I don't think it has the 80/20 fat content in it. I think it's a lot leaner. I think it's probably closer to a 93.7 with the ground chuck or the chuck roll. I think it's a much higher protein content than what the fat is in it. So I'm gonna add some brown butter bites to it or some regular tallow to it when I do cook it, so that it has more fat into it. When I made the last couple of burgers out of it, there has hardly been any fat in the pan, and that's not normal. There should be some fat left over from it, and there hasn't been any in it. I made ground beef this morning, and there was no fat left in it, so I did add a bunch of butter to it. Yeah, I had breakfast this morning, and man, was that good. A pound of ground beef and 4 eggs fried into it. It was absolutely delicious. This morning we got Brian is in the house right now. Good morning, Brian. Great to see you. Great interview yesterday with Thomas. Yeah, Thomas does a great job, and his interviews are 2 hours generally, and it does not seem like it takes that you're on there that long. It really does. I really enjoy the interview that we did. That was a lot of fun. Great audience. It was fun. Don, good morning. It's great to see you in here this morning. How you doing? It's nice to see you. Karen, nice seeing you here this morning. Good morning. And Brian saying hello to everybody. And then Werewolf, hey, thanks for your video this morning, Werewolf. It really got me thinking. I appreciate your video. And this is why I like the smaller channels, because you're talking about stuff that these larger channels don't talk about. The real stuff that makes it interesting and helps people. So I appreciate you doing that. That your video this morning really helped me out. I begin. Isabel, good morning. It's great to see you in here this morning. Lindsay, good morning, 22Q Cats. Great to see you in here. Charger Mopar, Rick is in the house. Good morning, Rick. How are you doing this morning? I saw you were on with Kiltz this morning. I was watching that too. I had Kiltz on the screen on my right. I had Lions Danivore podcast on the screen to my left, and then when Danivore ended, I finished watching the werewolf one. I had to run to the store and grab some coffee so I could have some coffee here in a little bit. And Uncle Willie, good morning. It's great to see you here. How you doing today? Good morning, Aaron. Nice to see you in this morning. And what is up with that cutting board? You guys got to check out Aaron's latest short video. Oh, it's just crazy. Second here. I'll do the video. I'm going to put it in the chat as soon as I can get it to come up here. Oh, this just cracks me up. All right. Let's paste it in there. Ta-da! There we go. Oh, I didn't get over here yet. Normally, I have my stream up here playing, so I can see if there's any issues with it, and I can pin stuff into the video like this. I didn't have time to do it because I was running out of time to click live, so I forgot to put it up there. You know how that goes. Well, some of you do. Let's see. My live. I just have to find the right one. It's not that one. There we go. Holy cow. I'm probably buffering. It's probably taking forever to come up here because this is really slow this morning. If you haven't looked at Aaron's video and left him a comment on this one, check out the link in the description, or the link I just put up there in the chat. It's hilarious. And once you look at it, you'll understand why I'm saying it's hilarious. You gotta go check out that video. Yeah, Werewolf says coffee is life. And it is. For a lot of people, it really makes a difference. And I know for me, I've always liked coffee. I've been drinking coffee since I was in my, well, as long as I can remember, I've been drinking coffee. I love coffee. Just plain black coffee. I don't need creamer. I don't need sweeteners in it. I just like plain black coffee. I don't like Folgers. Folgers kills my stomach. And most of the brands like that just kill me. The stuff that we were drinking at my work is the Wide Awake breakfast blend. I didn't have any issues with that. So that's what I've got, and I'm going to try that. I also, the last couple times we've been to Bismarck, they haven't had the Dunn Brothers Papua New Guinea Western Highlands. I could probably go online and order it. It gets sent out of the Twin Cities, but I don't know if I want to do that. I can wait until I can go to Bismarck and get it myself. 'Cause, I took it as a sign the last couple times I was down there that it wasn't there, so I took that as a sign not to drink coffee anymore. Still, oh, let me. I keep forgetting to do that. Pop that up there. That way everybody can see both chats. Teresa, good morning. How are you doing today? It's nice to see you in here this morning. Hope everything's going good for you. Yeah, hungry because the muscles are hungry. They are. And I actually need to start doing the weightlifting portion of what I can do here. I just always had issues with weightlifting. I don't know why. It's just different for me. Yeah, I love those brown butter bites. They are amazing. I love the taste of them, especially when they're really dark like these ones are. It's got such a unique flavor to them. Aaron says I made meatball yesterday. Instead of pouring a little cream in, I blended up cottage cheese. Ooh, actually sounds pretty good. I like that idea. What did Brian say? Oh yeah, 1% coffee is life. It can be. Aaron says I should have worked out early, but lass, I'm getting ready to get her done. Well, that's good, Aaron. It's always good to get out there and get the workout done early if you can. I've been thinking about doing that in the morning when I first wake up, get up, get out, and do my workout. The only issue is my son lives in the basement, and where I'd be working out is above where he lives. But if I do it, see, my office is right above where his bedroom is. But if I do it in the living room, I might be able to do it out there where it's quiet enough and I won't disturb them. I'm gonna have to try it because they wake up about that time in the morning anyway. But it's just between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. They can get used to it, right? You're putting your shoes on right now to get out there. You go, Aaron. Carnivore Wayne, good morning. Nice to see you in here this morning. Yeah, I appreciate your videos. They're really good. And I like the motivation from watching the workout that you do, and then your rambling talk that you do in the morning. And those are your words. I love it because it's what I do. I Most of the time I have an idea what I want to talk about, and that lasts for you know maybe 10 minutes into the what I'm talking about, and then I get off on a tangent and forget what the hell I'm talking about altogether. Anyway, Uncle Charlie, good morning. Great job yesterday on the show. Probably very appreciative, Uncle Charlie. It was a lot of fun. Thomas is actually a really good host on that. So I'd encourage anybody that hasn't shared their story with Thomas to go on there and share it with them. One of the things that always kept me from wanting to go on to Thomas's show was the length of the show that he did. Like when I did my interview with Dave Mack and with Dante and the Carnivorous Grandma Robin and the others I've done it with, a 1 hour show or a 1 hour interview like that without a live audience really seems like a long time, and it seems like it's hard to fill up an hour. Doing it live like Thomas does, and it flies by. That was just about 2 hours, an hour and 53 minutes or whatever it was, and it wasn't hard to do at all. It was really easy to do. The audience being in part of it really makes it a great show. It's a lot like what doing the hour with Dr. Kiltz in the morning, it's only really about 20 minutes of actual show, and then the rest of it's talking with the audience. And it actually made it really easy. Rick is working on his bobcat. Yeah, we've destroyed a couple of bobcats at my work here in the years I've been there. We actually we were moving snow one night, and the guy that was moving snow decided to come in, take a break, parked it in a valid parking area, thank God. And he got to the door, and somebody came up and said, "Hey, your bobcat's on fire." And he turned around, looked out there, and said, "Yep," and went on break. From the time he from the time he got out of the bobcat until he got into our facility, he left it run because he was only coming in for a short break. It was just going to idle. Something went wrong, and it started on fire, and it burned down. We had to call the fire department out, and was no trying to put it out with fire extinguishers. It was just a lot of fun. Yeah, everybody saying good morning. Do I want a meatball? I'd love a meatball. Actually, I just had a big one here not that long ago. Morning, D. Hi, everyone. I was on my Bible study live. Sorry I'm late. You're not late. You're right on time. Angie, good mornings. Great to see you in here this morning. Uncle Willis is doing well. He's on the treadmill this morning. I could have done that too. I should have gotten on the treadmill and walked on the treadmill this morning, but it is nice outside. Still 63 degrees out there. Beautiful morning. Brian says, Aaron, my wife is telling me to play nice. You better listen to her. She's a smart lady. Everybody's saying good morning still. Right, Aaron. Coffee keeps me from eating crap in the morning, and I'm wondering if that will help me. If it'll help me get through this stuff, to help get over that morning hunger. And if I limit it to just 2 cups of coffee a day instead of a pot and a half, will that help? I'm gonna have to try and see. Yeah. Werewolf says I want a sand Turkish coffee maker so much. I have seen those and they do look amazing. I do work with a couple of people from Turkey, and I have to see if one of them actually has one of those. It's amazing though. It does look like it'd be a really good cup of coffee the way they make that. I never have days when you just feel like you gained 100 pounds? Absolutely. I still do. If I drink too much water in a day, the next day, man, do I feel it. It is absolutely terrible. So, yeah, absolutely, Aaron. And there are some days where I look down at my belly and I'm like, what in the hell happened here? That's generally after I eat something like I did today, where I had a pound of ground beef and 4 eggs. That was really good. Where is everyone? Am I in the wrong chat? Yeah, D, you're in the vertical chat with the little phone symbol next to it. You're hanging out over there. Aaron says, I ate fat T-bone steak this morning with butter. That is awesome. I was looking, we have T-bones right now. They're on sale for $11.99 a pound here. Family packs. A family pack is 2 T-bone steaks, but that's not a bad price for T-bones. And they actually look like they're pretty good thick cut steaks too. And she says, I saw that short. Too funny. You got to check it out. I got it pinned in the comments, I think. Did I get it pinned? Yeah, it's pinned in the comments. You got to check out Aaron's video, his short, and the mystery gift he got from what's her name, Chef Sibi. That was hilarious. Pond Apple, hey, good morning. Pond Apple says this morning when I was walking in 85% humidity and 80-degree heat, oofta. That is rough right there. Dee says she found everyone, made it over to the regular stream. Yeah, walking in the heat and the humidity is just terrible. That's one of the nice things about living here. This time of year is, usually the dog days of summer where it's heat and humidity. We get to 83 with possible thunderstorm afternoon. Wow. Like the current amount for our humidity at 60%. It actually feels really nice out there. That's not what I wanted to get out of there. I clicked the X, but I clicked the plus, so I had a new window. Got to get rid of it. Yeah, Rick says he's here. Oh, yeah. You also recognize Aaron? I appreciate you coming in here too, Pond Apple. I've seen you in a few of the live streams. Amy and Thomas are guaranteed 2-hour show. Yep, I haven't been on with Amy. Maybe I should do that one of these days too, huh? Aaron says, I agree. Those live interviews fly by. With Amy last week, felt so quick. It did. And it's one of the reasons why I've hesitated going on to them is because of the length of it, but it just seems to go by so fast when you're actually doing them live. As opposed to a recorded 1-hour interview, just seems like it's so long. It's actually, I liked Carnivore Ron's interview because it wasn't a full hour. It was just, we did the interview, got to the point where we were done with it, and he ended it. Where some other people, they continue on trying to make it last for an hour, and it feels awkward at times. Lynn wants to know who all have I done interviews with so far. I've done 2 interviews with Dave Mack. I've been on with the Carnivorous Grandma, Robin Heron. I've been on with Dante. I've been on with Carnivore Ron. I did an interview with Adam Lacey, but he's never released it. And I know there's a couple other people that he did interviews with also that he's never released them. He hadn't released a new video on his channel or interview on his channel for a long time. And it's been a long time since he's done it. Then I've done it with Thomas. I think that's it so far. I don't mind doing them. I think there's somebody else, and I can't remember who it was. I'm going to have to go back and look and see. And because I just ordered that same shirt last night from Gary's store. He said promo Boston until Monday. That is true. So you got 2 shirts. So again, strict carnivore. Let me move this here out of the way. Gary No Slow. You can go to his store on the Bonfire. You can go to his Bonfire store. You can pick up a bunch of his shirts. Promo code is Boston because of the Boston meetup. You can get some cool shirts from Gary. It's good through tomorrow or ends Monday. But I like that strict carnivore Jack Daniels. I got the Starbucks one, and I got the old style Miller Lite one. Miller High Life. except for it's carnivore, high fat for life. I love that. That's pretty cool. Um, Rick says, I've seen a few bobcats catch fire, usually full of debris, and once it hits the hydraulic oil, it's a barbecue. And it is. Yeah. I don't think they ever figured out what the cause of it was. They just know that that damn thing went up in smoke and the fire department had to put it out. It melted the tires off. And by the time the fire department got there, it was fully engulfed. And our fire department's actually pretty quick to respond to our facility. We've had a few false alarms. We've had a few actual issues where they've had to come out and put out fires. Uncle Willie says doing burger and sausage meal prep after the treadmill. That's amazing. I really need to do meal preps a little bit more. It really does help out. Now, yesterday I did not do my um, ADF yesterday. It is my carniversary. I needed to eat a steak, right? So I ate yesterday. I'm eating today. My last meal today is probably going to be around 3 o'clock or so, and then I'm going to do my ADF. So I won't eat tomorrow. I'll eat again on Tuesday. My anniversary, 25 years with my lovely wife. Can't believe she stuck it out that long with me. But I'll be. It helps to do meal preps when you do that. You know, I try the egg yolk cream in my coffee. Oh, I'm still not sure about that because I don't drink it at home. I drink it in the office. And I understand how you're doing that because I've got one of those frothers too. Love the frother. I use I use that frother when I make my elements or when I make bone broth because I use the bare bones bone broth. So when I mix up that, I use that frother to mix that up. But I might try that over the weekend. Aaron says if I limit to 2 pots of coffee, 2 cups of coffee. 2 cups is what I have to limit it to. I drank a pot and a half almost every day. And on the weekends, I was drinking 2 pots a day on the weekends. I feel like I had a hair that just came out of my eye. Eyelash that just came out, driving me nuts. Ivy says I haven't sold any shirts yet. I'm thinking nobody has the guts to wear my carnivore no apologies line. Do you have a uh, bonfire site too, Ivy? I'm gonna have to look at that. Good. No problem. All right, what do you have in here? You do have a bonfire store. Awesome. I'm waiting for it to load right now. We'll see what it says. Oh, my slow. I like that. You should have seen me 100 pounds ago. Should have seen me 50 pounds ago. Awesome. All right. You know, let's So check out Ipe's Bonfire Store. I just replaced Aaron's pinned one with Ivy, so check it out. It's actually pretty cool. Just seen me 142 pounds ago. Maybe I'll do something like that when I'm down 150 pounds. Just see me 150 pounds ago. But check out Ivy's store. Those are actually pretty cool ideas for the shirts. I like those. Aaron says, or Werewolf says, 2 pots is my go-to, right? And Pineapple says, actually learn to enjoy the bitterness of coffee without any sweetener. Amaze myself. I love the bitterness of the coffee. That's actually what I like. It's like the same with the cacao powder, and not the cocoa, the CACAO powder, the cacao. That's got that bitter flavor to it, and that actually goes pretty good with coffee too. Pat or two of butter and a tablespoon of the cacao powder in coffee is actually pretty good. I've done that a few times. Teresa said I went 6 months without coffee during a beef butter egg challenge. I didn't notice a difference. However, I did miss the ritual and the taste. It is the one sweet treat I can have that doesn't throw me into chaos. Well, that's good. I had aches and pains again, and I'm 99.9% sure it was because of that brand of coffee, not that specific one that I like and the one I got again I'm going to try. But we'd switched coffees, and then that pain came back. So it's been 70 days. I've eliminated the issues with it, so time to give it a shot and see what it does for my body again. Aaron says 30-ounce Delmonico steak, $20. That's actually not a bad price for a 30-ounce Delmonico. Jonathan's in the house. Good morning, Carnivore Muscle Pro. Yeah, it's going to be easy to check it out. Just check the pinned link in the comment here. Meal prepping while watching. Chuck roast in the crock pot and smash burgers on the Blackstone. Love my Blackstone D. Got to be careful making bacon on it though when you go to clean it at the end. I've had flash fire on my Blackstone before. Don't pour water on it too quick. Water and grease will start a fire quickly. Yeah, I figured that one out before I even read it. Jeff, good morning. It's nice seeing you in this morning. And today is a odd day, so that means you're feasting today. Congratulations on that. I'll be joining you on this journey starting this evening. Angie says, Teresa, good morning. I drink the flavored Bones coffee, really. And it's so good. Doesn't trigger me or inflame me in any way as you drink it black. That's the best way to drink coffee. Teresa said, UB's high, but temp is 76. Yeah. It feels really great, especially in the shade. Even my husky didn't get overheated. That's good. I've got a German Shepherd Newfoundland husky, and he's got one of those thick ass coats on him. Between the all three of the breeds that he's a part of have really thick coats, and he's got that going on. He's just one big shedding animal. Just finished 5 miles, catching up at 2x. All right, thanks, Jeff. It's a good it's a good walk there. That's 10,000 steps already. If not, it's really close to it. Brian says, always visit with everyone before and after, so it usually ends up being 3 hours, right? Oh, you can be on Dan's next Saturday. Dan's great too. Yeah. I I so enjoyed Dan's videos in his live, and I was on with Dan. I knew I was forgetting something. I was on the Lions Danivore podcast not that long ago. Meal prepping, hey, right? That's what I say to Hubs when he's in trouble. I'm taking you to Wimples for processing. Yeah. Now I just finished up his 38-hour fast. We're over medium eggs. That's good. And I like breaking my fast with eggs and bacon. Ooh, speaking of bacon, I gotta go throw that on the smoker here. It's almost time to get that out of the fridge. It should be dry enough now. I can throw some seasoning on it, just a little bit, maybe salt, pepper, garlic. Throw it onto the smoker and let it smoke until it gets to 145. Pineapple says I do better when I food shop less frequently, reduces my challenge exposure to trigger foods, and that does. Going into the grocery store, you have to put your blinders on because to get to the meat section, you have to go buy all the junk, and sometimes it can be really hard. But the less I go to the store, the better. If I go to a butcher shop instead of going to the grocery store to get meat, it makes it a lot easier. Brian says I'm trying to make the boss to start my channel today. Awesome. You're gonna have to hit everybody up and let us know. Tag us in the comments so that we see that you are putting out your first video, Brian. Rick says I had a bobcat catch fire, but I got out before the flames grew. Yeah, it doesn't take long for them to get out of control. And you had 4 eggs and 4 strips of thick bacon. Yum. I like to have 2 pieces of bacon per egg. I use 1 piece of bacon to dip into the yolk. So I do over easy, so there's a lot of yolk. Takes 1 whole piece of bacon to do that, and then I take the rest of the egg without the yolk and I put it on the bacon and eat bacon and the egg like that. So I use 2 strips of bacon per egg. So if I have 4 eggs, I'll have 8 pieces of bacon. If I have 6 or 8 eggs, I'll have a pound of bacon. Because what's wrong with a pound of bacon? Rick says even my van caught fire when I got it running and I had to put it out as well. Yeah, I've had one of my cars have. I was working on some stuff and I got it up and running again, and then once it got warmed up, one of the rubber gas lines popped a little hole in it. Guess where it went to? Straight onto the exhaust headers. That was a quick fire, but it was something that was easy to put out too. It's a good thing there was no hood on the car at the time. D says, Angie, maybe that's why I'm still single. I think they confuse carnivore with cannibal. That could be too, D. Carnivore, cannibal. A lot of people just not sure. Cups, not pots. Yeah. I have to limit myself to just 2 cups of coffee. Egg yolk and coffee makes it creamy. Yep. You froth up first, put in a coffee, and froth again. Maybe when I'm home on next weekend, maybe I'll try that because that does sound good, Karen. I've seen the coffee that Werewolf has been drinking, and it does look like it's actually pretty good. Aaron says he's not a fan of egg yolk and coffee. Doesn't do much for him. Gary should make a shirt that says carnivore, not cannibal. Right? Hey, Bride's Biscuit, good morning. Nice to see you in here. Oh, absolutely. So all the proceeds from your Carnivore Bonfire store go to the Critter Sanctuary. It's not for you. That's amazing. So go to Ivy's and check it out. Uncle Charlie says I should have John Together Strong design me some t-shirts so I could sell them. That's an idea. I'm not a design person. You know. Hey, speaking of John, good morning, John Together Strong. How are you doing this morning? It's great to see you in here. Angie says maybe Amy could get a shirt made up to sell for the return of the cave meat retreat. Oh, return to the cave meat retreat. It could help with donations. Just a thought, Aaron, Brian. Right? It's actually a pretty good idea. You can use the proceeds from that to pay for the pavilion that she's going to rent. Captain Carnivore Luke is in the house. Good morning. Saying hi to all the amazing people here. Yeah, selling these shirts is actually not a bad thing. And you don't make a whole lot of money on them, but it could go to help pay for stuff. Yeah, I've been away from it for long enough. I'm going to test the theory and see. That's one of the reasons why I was tracking it. I wanted to go at least 60 days before I started doing that again, just to see what it is. Now, 70 days out, I'm going to try it and see what it does. I didn't think about the effects of the caffeine and how that helps to regulate hunger. So I have to see what it does. Awesome. You up to John Together Strong. John's got a great channel. If you guys haven't seen it, you gotta check it out. If you haven't been to his website, you gotta go to johntogetherstrong.com. Captain Carnivore Luke, you need to go to that site, add your information into it for your channel, and it comes up on the guide. And those notifications actually go out to people when you go live or when you schedule a video to go out. It actually puts it out there so people can see it. It gives you the notifications. Like Cindy Dementia's on live right now. I got that right before I went live on my own. So it is working and people are getting the notifications on them. I told you the machines are my property, is my muscles. It's going to go towards perimeter fencing. Yeah. Machines are your muscle for Ivy. That mix of dog sounds gorgeous. It is. He is. My wife calls him Eeyore because when he gets in trouble, he hangs his head and he's a big dog. Like, Eeyore's a big critter. Diesel's a big dog and he hangs his head just like Eeyore. And then he's got the white eyebrows. So when he opens and he looks around, those white patches move up and down. It cracks her up. She calls him Eeyore. Let's see. John says, Luke, it's awesome. Did some changes to the page today. Days away from going live on Play Store. iPhone is next. Yeah. It's actually a great place to go. If you're a creator, Brian, that goes for you too. Once you get on there and you get your channel set up, you have to go to John's site and put it on there. That way people will get the notifications. Teresa, I didn't see you on there either. You need to go on to John's and put your information there. So when you do put out a video, it shows up and gets pushed out to your audience. I should try that coffee, Angie. It could maybe go down to 1 teaspoon heavy whipping cream instead of 2. Oh, you should just give up the heavy whipping cream. Lou says, right on, John. Let's check it out later today. Over easy eggs. I love over easy eggs. They don't always agree with me though. They do have histamine. If I do it too easy and the whites don't get completely solid, I get some bad histamine reaction to that. Oh, you've had a power steering hose break and spray the exhaust starting a fire? Yeah. That's never a fun one there either. Actually, in one of my Chevy trucks, I had issue with my the power steering. Oh, my mind just went blank. It's the hydraulic part of the power steering that's actually on the power steering where the hydraulic fluid is in there. One of the connections on that broke. It sprung a leak and it was spraying stuff everywhere. And then the 2001 Chevy 2500 HD, that was actually hooked up through the brakes. So when the power steering got low, your brakes didn't work. It had something to do with the vacuum on that, and it's a mess. I do not recommend that your truck just because of that. Just a pain in the ass. It's just not fun going down the road and all of a sudden you can't steer and you have no brakes. That did happen to me. That was a pain in the ass. Dean Carnivore, or White Carnivore Explained. Good morning, everyone. I thought I'd drop in, while taking in the sun this morning. Awesome. Yeah, it's sunny out. It's still in the 60s here. Sunny, a little bit chilly, and the wind is actually blowing pretty good. I live in a valley, and when the leaves on the trees are moving here, it's generally pretty windy up top. No slow. Good morning. How are you doing? Brian, a bowl of over easy eggs and a spoon and my phone. See, and that's when I make my ground beef. Just ground beef. I season it with either taco seasoning or regular salt and pepper. Or I do love the Carnivore Companion series of uh, seasonings. Uh, Reed has some great stuff in there, and he's actually got a new one out. It's called Greek Freak, and I should be getting that. I think it's on Thursday is when that's supposed to be in. Can't wait to try it. But when I eat ground beef and eggs, ground beef and eggs and bacon or the Power Bowl, I use a spoon. I don't use a fork for that stuff because I want the fat that's in the bottom of the bowl and all that. So I use a spoon. Makes it easier to eat. Eggs and coffee hits me like lobster and cheese. Both are really good. But why? It's a good point, Bride's Biscuit. Lobster and cheese. Parmesan crusted lobster. That actually sounds really good. Yeah, Ivy has a great website. Thanks, John. Gary ordered 2 of your t-shirts yesterday at No Slow, yeah. You gotta check it out. He's got some great shirts. I'm wearing one of them. I have 3 of his shirts and I have one of the coffee cups. I do like them, but check out Ivy's. I'm gonna have to get something from her site because that's actually pretty cool. Aaron says I tried giving up coffee. It was the worst 5 minutes of your day. I've never had trouble giving up coffee. I've never had trouble giving up uh, like alcohol. I'm an alcoholic, but when I quit, I quit. Just like when I quit coffee, I quit coffee. When I quit sugar, when I quit the standard American diet, that's harder. I still have some issues with that once in a while, but over a year into it now, where I have not had any tobacco, I get little things will trigger me, and I'll get the urge to have that more than anything else, and it's just crazy. Coffee really helps me on my fasting days, and I couldn't agree more because it does help with that hunger issue. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to do that. 2 cups of coffee, limit that to what I'm going to have, just 2 cups, or maybe one. 1 cup, 2 cups a day, just to help with the hunger issue. Retired Rick, good morning. How are you today? Nice to see you in here. Everybody saying hi to Rick now. Can you hear me now? Yeah, hydraulic fluid. Well, power steering fluid, brake fluid. It's all pretty close to what that is. I actually had one of my what vehicle was it? My old Ford truck. It had metal um, lines for the transmission fluid. Transmission fluid is a hydraulic fluid, but it's thinner. And going out to work one day, this was a 91 Ford F-250 diesel truck. I got called to go out to work to take care of something for our company man. This was years ago. And on my way out to the rig that I was working on, I started having issues with my transmission, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" It was right before I got to our rig, so I stopped and I was checking it out. The metal line had a pinhole in it, and we didn't have any transmission fluid on the rig, but we have a aircraft quality hydraulic fluid that was meant for extreme cold conditions. We use that in some of our equipment out there, and I used that for the transmission fluid, and it actually worked until I got the lines replaced. Not the best. You had to let the transmission warm up for or the vehicle warm up for about half an hour before it was fluid enough to actually drive it, but it worked. You're canning homemade spicy salsa? Awesome. I keep telling it's at times like this here, like when Rick says that he's canning spicy salsa, I've got probably 30 pounds of bacon canned in the basement. We did that years ago. One of the stores, one of the local stores, and that was when I was canning all kinds of different stuff. One of our local stores had bacon for like 1 pound pack for 50 cents or something crazy like that. And we bought a bunch of them. And that's what I did is I canned them. Yeah, there's games and chats. John Laspina has a trivia and much more. I was on there playing some of that stuff yesterday, going through the trivia and stuff. It's actually pretty good. I liked it, enjoyed that. Sorry, I had the caps on for the blind ones. I got you. You weren't yelling at people. You're just trying to make sure that blind people could see. That was nice of you, Rick. For creators, it's a great place for the channels to be seen by more people. And it is. And the more people that see it, the more people that Not it's not just for the creators, it's for the audience. So the audience go to that johntogetherstrong.com. You'll find the carnivore creators there, and it's amazing that the notifications actually go out. Lainey and Oz, good morning from Australia. Awesome. How was it down under today? Man, it's great to see you in here, Lainey. I appreciate it. Am I planning a roundtable? That was fun. I haven't thought about it, but we could do a roundtable. I was thinking I was doing another. I'm not going to be doing the 72-hour fast, so the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that now, but I may do one for Monday. I do have a new slide deck for alternate day fasting, so maybe I'll do that for tomorrow. We can have a roundtable. John says, Gary, we'll talk when things settle down. I'm working on a platform for the blind. Awesome. Man of the Carnivore, good morning. How are you doing today? It's nice to see you in here. Uncle Charlie says, I drink 2 cups of coffee a day as well as a diuretic, and it makes you not hungry because it's a plant that kills your appetite, right? And see, use it as medicine because that's what plants are meant to be, is medicines. They have specific purposes. Fruits and vegetables are meant to make you fat for the upcoming winter. That way you can fast and you don't die. Larry, good morning. Larry says, good morning, Lance. I'm late to the party today. Yeah, you're just on time. Wait, it is 11. Been on for an hour already, so this actually went pretty quick for me too today. It's good when there's a lot of people in the chat. There's a lot of chat going on. It makes this a lot easier to do. Because then you can chat about people like, Captain Carnivore being in here and John being in here, chatting about the John Together Strong's website, johntogetherstrong.com, where he's got a great tool in there for posting your live streams. You sign up for it, it automatically pulls your stream into the guide, and then anybody that's going to there, you can select who you follow, or you can select everybody in there, and it'll let you know when everybody is putting out videos. And unlike YouTube, you actually get the information. It's not just on some algorithm that they can squash or make people disappear or stuff like that. It's actually pretty good. Larry, use the promo code Boston, and that's good through tomorrow. You can go to Gary's Bonfire store right now and get some of those. John Together Strong is a software developer. You know what it takes, and you're truly impressed. He's done a great job on his site. He really has. Brian said had a hard time giving up coffee. If I know if I had to, I would, but luckily I don't have to. But luckily I don't have to, so I won't. Lots of coffee cups, right? But if you have little aches and pains, you never know what it is that's causing it. The first time I gave up coffee and alcohol at the same time, my pains went away. I didn't know what it was that was making the pain go away. Now I know it wasn't the alcohol, it was the coffee that I was having issues with. And Larry says, not giving up coffee anytime soon. Mine is black or have some butter. Yep. And that's, if you have a coffee brand that's you're not having issues with, stick with it. Don't change brands, because we changed brands at my work and I had issues with that. And I had to give up coffee to get rid of the pain I had again. Yep. Thank you, Larry. 10% off. Use Boston for Barry Simon's meetup yesterday. Sure. Bill Cook is in the house. Good morning, Bill. It's great to see you in this morning. And he says, I'm giving up coffee during the 5-day fast. I just couldn't. Oh, you tried giving up coffee during the 5-day fast, just couldn't do it. It was helpful, especially towards the end because you were freezing. I drink hot water. I still have my coffee cup on my desk, but I just fill with hot water and just hold on to that coffee cup because my hands were always cold. And how do I feel about peptides? Are you specifically talking about the GLP-1s and those? I think if they're used as a tool and a temporary use, I don't have issues with them. It's when they're being pushed as the way to go and the way to continue going and not addressing the root cause of why people have food addictions, then I disagree with the use of them. And most doctors or nutritionists and stuff like that that are dealing with the GLP-1s, they're not addressing the root cause of why people are having the addictions and they have the food issues. You have to get right with food while you're doing the GLP-1. It should only be a temporary thing for a couple of months until you can resolve your issues with it and then get off of them. It should not be a lifetime drug. John says, hey, Gary, 9 months I've been building this 7 days a week out of your own pocket. The notifications and lineup live times are with YouTube. And I've been tough nut to crack. Labor of love. And he's done a great job doing this, especially when you have the 2 streams like I use. So I know that's been a pain for him. I apologize for that, but it helps with the channel, so it helps to grow it. Amanda says, I'm fasting right now, and I literally feel like I have superpowers. Love the feeling and benefits of fasting. Absolutely. And it's so nice when you get that feeling, you get that rush from the ketones. It is amazing. Bill says, can hardly believe I watched Devo and Bill last night. Devo and Billy Idol? Where was that at? I've always liked Billy Idol. We get old because our hormones get out of whack, not because our age. Yeah. And I agree. When the hormones are out of whack, you age and things just don't go right. That's why when we were doing 80-20, we can eat anything and not gain weight. Correct. Because you're getting the right hormones when you're doing that. Yes, Angie, women have more hormones than men and go through certain processes that is affected by our age. That is correct. And women need more of the animal fat to help deal with all of that. Bridesmaid says, I didn't have to give up coffee. I wouldn't ever want to. And if I had to, it might be able to. If I had to, it might be able to. So the universe has been good to me. Yes. Dee says, I've been doing stomach workouts with my balance ball. And when I feel when I feel skinnier, I know I'm not yet, but it feels good around my belly. And that's one of the things, like doing, who was it, Erin Booby Goats, she had to remove another link from her hula hoop. If you don't measure, but that's one way to check if you're losing weight. When you have to do that, you might not lose weight, but you're swapping out the adipose and the fat tissue with muscle, and you'll stay the same weight, but your clothes will fit better or get loose. So it's actually pretty good. Gary's bonfire site. What is it? What the? I'm trying to find it, but the stupid thing here making me verify that one. I click circles as they appear. I've never seen a stupid shit before. And I've been on this bonfire site several times because I bought shirts from other people. Butter Woman shirt from Aaron Bubio's from my wife because my wife loves butter. And I thought that was actually pretty cool. I don't want to install. I don't want to do that either. No. What in the hell? Nope. That's not right. Something's not right. So hopefully Gary put his information in there and I can pull it out and take a look at it. John says, Gary, I go way back in tech. Started a garbage pickup Texas Instrument. Started on a garbage pick Texas Instrument. All you could do was Pong and calculator. I've been self-taught ever since. I fix electronics too. Peptides are a tool, right? Rise Biscuit. They have a purpose, and I don't mind the purpose as long as the rest of it is being done so that a person can get off of it. There must be a huge difference between my Folgers Instant and my daughter's Dark Roast Starbucks. Yes, there is. There's a big difference in buying coffees from places like Starbucks and then making it at home. Yeah, Brian said he absolutely loves that feeling when you're fasting. Sounds like Angie's doing well. She is. She's doing amazing. A GLP-1 can be a great tool, but if you don't fix the underlying issues, you're masking the problem, and that's the whole point. If you're working with a doctor and a nutritionist, somebody who understands the underlying problems and they're helping you to get that fixed, then the GLP-1s have a purpose. They're not there to replace your own GLP-1. They're there to help you so that you can get better. Sometimes hormones and metabolic health can make them necessary for a longer time than most would like. Yeah, and that is true. You have everybody's different, and that's why you have to work at it. And for the majority of people, it could be a few months. 4, 5, 6 months. Some people will take longer. And it's just like I did this here for my high blood pressure. It's why I started the carnivore diet, was for my high blood pressure. I was looking at just stabilizing my blood pressure. I didn't realize that I would be able to come off of all 5 of my blood pressure medications. But I've also learned that some blood pressure issues that people have are not related to the diet. They actually have something within their body that, other than insulin resistance, that's causing the high blood pressure, and they do need the high blood pressure pills for longer than what they normally would be doing or what I had to do. So some people are going to need the GLP-1 longer. But everybody that's on them needs to work on the reason why they have to be on there. Angie says she wants to reach her number 1 goal by January. That's a good it's a good time frame to be working on that. I know you've had some great success so far. You're watching both. Was in Virginia Beach Amphitheater. Oh, okay. That'd be actually pretty cool to see. But dang, they got to be getting old, don't they? Angie, I drink coffee while I fast. Just tested to make sure it wasn't derailing me. Yep. And that's good. You know it's not. And it's something my blood sugars, my ketones didn't change giving up coffee. So I get back on to drinking coffee, I should be all right. Yep. That's all we can do is try, and you lean on the community that is here for answers and for motivation and for help. Amanda says, Brian, same here. I also drink coffee while fasting, black only. That's the only way to drink coffee is black. And Nosla says, that's impressive. Love your work. Certainly helps. It does. Erin's a rock star. She's very inspiring and looks amazing. So beautiful. And I agree. Her story is she needs to be out there and interviewed with more people to put out her story because she's been carnivore for a while. She had a long stall. She's incorporated the exercise and she's adjusting her eating windows, tracking her ketones now, and she's losing weight again and making a huge difference. She needs to get out there and do interviews so that more people can see what is possible. Yeah, Brian says, D, keep rocking it. And that's great, Brian. You like to drink it during fast too. Thank goodness it doesn't derail us. Coffee is good. And you know, I talked about this a little bit yesterday. The lion diet. I know Michaela Peterson coined ruminant animals as the lion diet. You show me a lion in the wild that won't eat a warthog or a bird that they can catch or the eggs that they can catch. They're going to. They'll eat whatever they can catch. So it's not just ruminant animals as a true lion diet, it's everything. Yep. So if you're eating beef butter, bacon, and eggs, well, the butter might not be lion because lions don't make butter. But everything else is lion, beef butter, bacon, eggs, seafood. You tell me a lion that's by a body of water that if they were able to grab a fish, they wouldn't eat the fish. You know they would. They love fish. Amanda says, D, you're doing amazing. Keep up the great work. It only gets better, my friend. Absolutely. Yeah. Aaron is a superstar. Store no slow. Bonfire. All right. Luke's got to head out and raise a ruckus with Sherry. So glad I caught you live. We'll see you next time. And try to be there on Friday for your afternoon. Oh, this Friday is actually my mom and dad's anniversary also. They've been married for 50 years as of Friday. And we're going out to dinner with them. Aaron says, Brian, starting fast tomorrow. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's a tool, and that's what we need to use it as. You have a friend that refuses to get off his GLP-1. I think he knows deep down he has not fixed the issue. Right. And they're just using it to mask it. And it's going to cause more issues in the long run if they don't get off of it. John says, my early show postings across multiple platforms was an interesting puzzle to work through, but your involvement made it a lot easier. Thanks. Oh, no problem. I appreciate that. Having a stream on the multiple platforms actually helps me. It gets it out there to more people. My Rumble channel is actually getting more views and more people on it now too. I just wish the people on X or my X stream would be able to do this. And I don't know why X doesn't. One of the guys that's on X said that he can't interact with the lives anymore. Actually, I'm just going on X right now. I'm going to pull up my stream. Hope I don't get any feedback on this. My volume is. Will it let me? Well, let me do this. I don't know. I'm going to have to see. Oops. That was the wrong thing right there, wasn't it? All right, so my computer's probably wasn't the best thing for me to do because my computer's gotten really bogged down and slow now. But trying to see if this worked with. Oh, why is this coming on here with audio? Why is this coming on here with audio like this? Okay. Let's try that now. Okay. Completely screwed a bunch of stuff up. Including all right, is this working on this now? Well, yeah, so X is not going through. I can go into the chat in there and I can do that, but it still doesn't really work. And I'm going to scroll through here and see if there's anybody else chatting, anybody new in here. It's been an hour and 24 minutes, 25 minutes now. Let's see. John says, my whole hope is with his cheat night, the low carb, find a way. And that noble cause right there, I really appreciate it. because it would have made a huge difference having a single place to get in here and do this. Angie says once Dr. Mindy and Fung that our bodies can make our own GLP-1 by fasting and eating carnivore style. I was in. I refused to take meds unless absolutely necessary. And I was willing to take the GLP-1 when I was 350 pounds to try to lose weight to begin with. And my insurance company refused to let me have the GLP-1. But, that's what happens. Cindy, good morning. How are you? It's great to see you in here. Yeah, it's great. It really is. It's nice to see that it does work like that. So, like I said, it's been about an hour and 25 minutes. I'm going to take off for the day. It'll be my first alternate day fast. And so we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I will talk to you guys tomorrow evening, 6:15 Central Time, 7:15 Eastern. It'll just be a quick ability for an alternate day fast and the first fast. And Professor will be here, so we'll talk with you guys later. Have a great day. We'll talk in the streams. Kelly's coming up. While we have John Lespina and Julie at 1 o'clock Central, noon Eastern with their Carnivore Sun Talk. Kelly, the Missouri Carnivore, is going to be on at 3 or 3 Central, 4 Eastern, and then Amy's going to be on tonight at 6 Central or 7 Eastern. Those ones I know off the top of my head. Great.
Fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Five pills lined up on the sink, one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay. But I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go. Stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. This is my why. North Dakota Carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself.